Lotte World is an extravagant theme park that has breathtaking views, tons of unique rides, with quite the variety to choose from. When you walk down the main streets to embark on a fantastic day, you'll have the feeling as if you are walking straight into a fairy tale. This park that is rarely spoken about is home to a whole magical kingdom in itself. In fact, some may have deemed it as the Disneyland of Korea, but neither here nor there. There is magic to be had there, as we explore and reflect on the beauty that is Lotte World. Lotte World is located in Seoul, South Korea, and opened on June 12, 1989, which started the movement of major-scaled parks in Korea. Known as the Guinness World Record holder for the largest indoor theme park in the world, this park has more than just that. This park has multiple stories in their indoor park section, a massive outdoor portion that could be its own separate park, an indoor water park, an outdoor water park, and so much more that we'll get into. When you first arrive to Lotte World, you are greeted with the facade of a major glass building, as this park is located in the middle of the city. Once inside of the record-breaking inside portion in Lotte World Adventure, from the main level, there are two staircases that resemble that of a cruise ship, with an image of the two park mascots placed in the middle. Venturing forward holds a huge indoor shopping mall where you can satisfy all your retail needs along with various food options. Once in the park itself, you hear the storybook music of flutes and chimes that give you a cheerful feel as you become immersed in the world that is being presented to you. First, laying eyes on the massive 4-floor indoor park takes your breath away, as the view resembles that of if you were put into a beautiful miniature model that someone designed and allowed you to run and be free inside of a make-believe park. Within this indoor land has a huge amount of rides with a variety that ranges from thrilling to family-oriented ones. The rides inside consist of a pirate ship called the Conquistador, there's Jungle Adventure, their indoor raft ride, Pharaoh's Fury, a motion dark ride, and a few other flat rides and simulator rides as well. You can already get the gist of this park, its size, its immersion, and its undeniable beauty. But you may be wondering, how is this like Disney? How do these two compare, and why is it referred to as the Disneyland of Korea? Allow me to create a correlation between the two parks for you. Let me explain. As mentioned prior to Lottie, spelled Lotty, and Laurie are the two main characters of Lotte World, where Lottie, who nurtures dreams with a bright, warm heart, is the symbol of Lotte World Adventure, the land of adventure and mystery. He is honest, courageous, he enjoys adventure, and likes to play with children. Their words, not mine. While his better half, Laurie, spreads warm love, is also the symbol of Lotte World. She has a good heart, is a courageous friend that is always spreading warm love to many people, and is also a pretty girlfriend of Lottie. Again, their words, not mine. As we can see here right off the bat, that these two in Lottie and Laurie are Lotte World's version of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. While Mickey and Minnie are mice, Lottie and Laurie are raccoons. With these two characters, they tend to dress up for the occasion just as Mickey and Minnie do, along with their meet and greets as well. Lotte World capitalizes on their popularity by selling tons of merchandise with them on it, and a huge quantity of plush figures of the two. Along with Lottie and Laurie, the iconic structure of Lotte World is located outside in part of the park that is known as Magic Island. You might already be able to guess where this is going, but once you head out from the indoor section of Lotte World Adventure, behold, you are greeted with their own version of Cinderella Castle, known as the Magic Castle. It is honestly quite the spectacle to gaze upon. This castle within holds the theming of a medieval times. No, not medieval times the dinner show, but of the medieval times, where walking in has an open gate with spikes, and in the heart of the castle holds some mobile charging stations, just like Disney has portable charging system kiosks, located around Walt Disney World. In the core of the Magic Castle, there's the decor of the medieval period, along with a knight on a horse, facing the front entrance of the castle, ready to defend it. But the castle can be seen long and far, and is placed everywhere as their logo, similar to how Cinderella Castle is Disney's logo. But this park definitely takes a page out of Disney's book, by relying on the beauty of the Magic Castle as the iconic centerpiece of Lotte World. Who doesn't love a wonderful trip around the parks at Disney on the monorail? Well, at Lotte World, feel free to do the same, as they have their own version of what is known as the World Monorail, that takes you around to the inside and outside portions of the park, which honestly is an amazing thing to do, as you can view the beautiful wonders of what Lotte World has to offer. Though the World Monorail at Lotte World has the ride restrictions where drinking is not permitted. If you have a heart or vascular issues, you shouldn't ride. And if you are a disc patient, yeah, then the monorail might might not be for you. But if you don't have any of those issues and aren't thirsty, then the World Monorail in general is truly beautiful, although it can only operate with only 18 people on board and only operates indoors from mid-July till the end of August. Also, the outside portion of the World Monorail is closed whenever the outside temperature falls below 5 degrees below zero, or strong typhoons or heavy rainfall is in the forecast. That actually sounds quite terrifying. But hey, who doesn't love Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom or Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland, which is arguably my favorite Disney ride ever? But what you would get at Lotte World is just that, a motion-based awesome dark ride which is actually just a clone of Indiana Jones Adventure and Dinosaur. Pharaoh's Fury is more so Indiana Jones Adventure with no Indiana Jones. It's the same ride, which honestly still does look amazing though. Along with these rides that I along with some of these rides that I put under a spotlight at Lotte World, there's also Merking's Royal Pageant that looks like a unique Nemo-themed carousel ride. Jungle Adventure, which is like a cross between the Jungle Cruise with no skippers or humor, mixed with a lot of Kali River rapids. They even have a Space Mountain type ride too, that blends with what Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot is supposed to be, in which it is an indoor dark ride that is futuristic with seats rotating 360 degrees. Teacups! They have the teacups! Or well, they have drunken baskets they spin and function like the teacups. I approve. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my. They have a flume ride today. They also have a flume ride. But when you thought Rise of the Resistance or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was cool being trackless and all, well, how cool is Dragon Wild Shooting, which is a trackless dark ride that has shooting similarities to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin at Disneyland. The reason I said Disneyland specifically and not the likes of Disney World is because the one at Walt Disney World is mounted on the ride vehicle, while the one at Disneyland is handheld, just like how Dragon Wild Shootings is. They have their very own version of Fantasyland indoors with the Fantasy Forest, although this one is quite interesting to say the least. On the first floor of the inside portion of Lotte World Adventures, they have a simulator flying ride called Fly Venture, where you feel the thrills of the sky and meet the sights and fantasy worlds of Korea. Sounds like soaring to me. So you have the likes of Dumbo, right? Or even the magic carpets. Hey, let's throw in Astro Orbiters as well. None of these hold up to the jumping fish at Lotte World, where you enjoy an exciting underwater journey, leaving together with Lottie and Laurie, where you can see a variety of fish friends as you pass by giant clams. Jump to avoid the scary shark and enjoy the thrilling underwater journey. Wait, from the description, besides the scary shark part, did the underwater portion of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway steal the idea from this? Oh my goodness! I'm kidding. They have a fun dragon train as well, so eat your heart out, Disney World and Disneyland Railroad. The Camelot Carousel makes King Arthur Carousel look like a joke. I'm kidding, sheesh. But they also have the Geneva Cruise Line, which are boats similar to the friendship boats at Disney, and a boat ride called Adventures of Sinbad. Not that Sinbad, this Sinbad. But this ride is very similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. Look at it. Along with those park comparisons to Disney, the park is also comprised of some other attractions that might remind you of some things that they have at other theme park chains. Like they have a really amazing theme half shoot the chutes / dark ride / coaster called Atlantis that is like Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld, and even more specifically the SeaWorld Orlando version. They even have a giant swinging pendulum ride in Gyro Swing. And for those who even have been to Six Flags Over Georgia and have ridden Ninja back in the day, or now what is known as Blue Hawk, so you may be asking yourself right now, do they have that too, Miguel? Ding 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 ding! If you guessed it yes, then you're right, because they do have a Vekoma coaster just like it, but this one is indoors. Moving forward past these different rides that they have, and tons more that I didn't even get to mention, inside and outside, they have what I'm calling 6 different lands, or what could even be 6 different theme parks or separate attractions of their own that make up this whole park and area in its entirety. As mentioned, they have the world's largest indoor theme park that we're just gonna call this indoor portion Lotte World Adventure, that has 4 floors of a huge variety of different rides and attractions. The second area would be Magic Island, which is the Magic Kingdom of South Korea. I don't know if it's just me, but even the name seems very close. Magic Kingdom, Magic Island, both have a giant borderline identical looking castle. Yeah. Third A, there are 2 water parks, one that is indoors that holds Korea's largest indoor wave pool, called the Tiki Wave, along with Tiki Aquaflex, which is Korea's largest general indoor water play area. There is the swing slide, tube slide, body slide, lazy river, healing spa pool, indoor play pool, and toddler pool. Third B, there is an outdoor water park that has the world's 3rd largest wave pool, the nation's largest funnel slide, Korea's largest swing slide, Korea's largest and first general water play area featuring 3 water buckets, the Tiki pool, outdoor general pool, kid pool, a more so rapid lazy river called Torrent River, along with the water coaster, and too many other rides and pools to mention. By the way, did I forget to mention that this area has a Polynesian theme? If only they had a Polynesian themed hotel. Something to think about, Lotte World. Something to think about. Fourth, there's a massive aquarium that features 650 species of 55,000 different marine life forms. Fifth is the Seoul Sky, which is the tallest building in South Korea and currently the 5th tallest building in the world. Seoul Sky holds a few attractions such as the Sky Deck, which is 118 floors high in the air, where you stand on a glass floor and look down. They have an outdoor terrace called the Sky Terrace, where you can take in the cool air and a majestic panoramic view. Uniquely, they have an elevator called the Sky Shuttle, in which you experience an exhilarating sensation on the world's first double-deck elevator featuring monitors on the ceilings and all the walls. Finally, there are a whole slew of Lotte hotels and resorts, but the one that stands out the most is Lotte Hotel World, that has spectacular views overseeing Lotte World Adventure, tremendous dining, located smack dab in the city, comfortable rooms, and even has the Lottie and Laurie room and suite, where you can get a whole room themed after your 2 favorite raccoons. Although I joked around and displayed humor, the park is highly praised as a wonderful and beautiful standalone park. It is truly breathtaking and spectacular, that holds so much outstanding theming, holiday events, indoor and outdoor park options, and an endless number of fun things to do, experience, and even eat. This is the park that when given the opportunity, I beyond highly recommend everyone visit, even if you're not a theme park fan, because they do have a giant indoor ice skating rink inside as well. That thing looks awesome. But even if you're not a big theme park or amusement park fan, just the beauty alone is priceless. I mean, I know I want to visit there as soon as possible. But Lotte World, with its magic castle, warm and loving characters, spectacular rides, and scenic beauty, one would have no choice but to embark on the World Monorail to show you around this park for you to even try and fathom the beauty of what Lotte World presents. Believe the beauty with your own eyes as you venture down the cobblestone streets into a world of fantasy, mystery, and myths. Not the myth as you might have seen on the internet's version of the gyro drop, but rather that of Lotte World's reality. Of fun, magic, laughter, and fervent happiness that'll last a lifetime. So if you enjoyed the video, you can support the channel via Patreon, where we have all new live streams and exclusive content and giveaways that are dedicated to the patrons on the exclusive Miguel the Annual Passholder Patreon page. And also, if you like looking nice, you can support the channel via our merchandise shop at annualpassholder.shop. You can find amazing t-shirts and hoodies, such as this one, that you guys can purchase for the low. And feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn it from red to gray, and like this video if you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much, and have a thrilling day.